Hello, good morning. It's the 2nd of June. As if you've been watching the other videos, you know who I am now. I'm Christina Forbes. I'm the wife of a seriously injured worker named Lauren Forbes. You're getting to know his story here on YouTube. What I'm going to do today is vent a little because it's the 2nd of June. We can't get welfare. They turned us away because we're supposed to accept, or Lauren is just supposed to accept what's on the accepted claim, and there's money there for him. He's done that. He's doing that. He's trying this whole drafting thing. It's been weeks since we had $883 check issued to Lauren for wage loss the first week of March, or May, pardon me, May. It's now the 2nd of June. Not too sure if the consequences of Part 3 will mean that Lauren's actually cut off of wage loss or whatever, but if it is, at least then we can go to welfare and deal with that and, get the rent paid maybe. So, got to go to my landlord's today and let her know that I can't pay the rent, which sucks a lot. I don't know if anyone working at WorkSafeBC has ever had to go to their landlord and tell them that they can't afford to pay the rent. It really sucks. My stomach is like actually right about here in my throat. Yeah. Oh, and did I mention my kids are hungry? I'm gonna go and hawk some stuff today. I gotta go and take some more stuff to the pawn shop today to see if we can't get some money together, at least to get some bread and milk. Um, so that's what I'm going to do today. So what I'm going to also show you here on this video today is some of that paperwork that I've been talking about. I'm just going to display it to you much like I would, let's say, like a jury, or if I was presenting it in front of a panel of peers. And then what I'll do in later videos is get into the banter of the paperwork and correspondence on each issue and kind of dedicate a video to each issue. So, and it'll be titled according to the issue, so you can just click on it accordingly and you'll be able to be at that video. So, um, where to start? I think what I'll do is I'll just, if you see me kind of go out of this screen, I'm just kind of grabbing some paperwork. I got it spread out all over the desk here. And I might have to do this video in 2 parts, so if I do, it'll be paperwork part 2. And you can just check that out there. So what I'm going to do today is talk about how Lauren was accepted for fractures of the thoracic spine in April of '05 by WCB, and then for some reason his claim when he fell and broke his arms in September was miraculously changed to bruises and contusions. So I've actually got that paperwork right here, where Dr. Joan Scruton actually, mailed it to, or faxed it to WorkSafeBC. As you can see there, it says diagnosis, C-spine, upper thoracic contusions, T8, 11, and 12 wedge compression fractures. And then at the bottom it says contusion and crushing and bruising. And then you can see by this page here, it goes on to state that he had gone to see Dr. Gershwin. I'm probably just going to have to take this out of the shot so I can kind of read it there. What I'll do is I'll just pan it to where it says, his attending physician's name, and how WCB likes to turn a blind eye to attending physician's diagnosis and go on independent or their own medical advisor who's never actually seen the injured worker. This is a fine example of that right there. So what I'm going to do is just read it, and it says the subject had complicated visit regarding the problems. He had post-arm fractures. he saw an orthopedic rehab specialist, Dr. Gershwin in Victoria, who talked to him for about 20 minutes, touched his hands for a few seconds, and told him he definitely did not have reflex sympathetic dystrophy, which makes it difficult for Lauren as WCB won't pay him. He's also being seen at the Victoria Pain Clinic, who are interested in managing his case. Please note the specialist, now this is Dr. Scruton, is requesting this, and even though Lauren's doctor requested him go to the Victoria Pain Clinic, they forced him to go to Orion. Another classic WCB tactic there. Patient needs to be seen at the Victoria Pain Clinic for rehab regarding his chronic pain. Please arrange. So that's one example there. We're going to talk about how Dr. Van Setter kind of already knew full well that Lauren was probably going to experience a lot of the symptoms of CRPS, but yet he lost at WCAT for CRPS, and we're just going to see if I can't pan that in there. Where does it say? Dr. Oh, I'm kind of got to get used to this whole little camera thing here. But anyways, it's, oh, sorry, just, oh, there we go. So Dr. Van Setter, you can kind of see, oh, there it is, Dr. Van Setter, there's his name right there. And I'm just going to quickly, says that Dr. Van Setter also noted widening of the scaphoid gap of the left, indicating possibility of a ligament rupture. Because of the articular nature of the fracture, however, he will likely develop osteoporosis of the wrist. So that's interesting. They kind of already knew that. The radial head fracture almost always leads to permanent restriction and range of motion of the elbow, which can result in osteoarthritis, potentially requiring further surgery. So that's an important note there. Lauren wasn't aware of that until after we got the file. We're going to look at how, again, Dr. Scruton, sorry, there's her name there, signed, Dr. Joan Scruton, faxed it to WorkSafe. There's Cumberland Medical Clinic. This was the 23rd, 2006. Mr. Forbes' diagnosis of reflex sympathetic dystrophy is conclusive. The orthopedic surgeon and the bone scan report done in Comox seem to suggest that this is a case. Apparently, Mr. Forbes was seen at the Victoria by Dr. Gershman, a specialist who rehabilitates people with this problem. This was a fairly brief visit with no medical information that was given. Mr. Forbes was told definitely that he did not have RSD, which I find to be a very presumptuous statement. Mr. Forbes suffers from excessive pain in his arms and thorax. He experiences excessive sweating of his palms and states his palms often drip. He never had sweaty palms before, and this is a doctor we had seen for years before he hurt his back or broke his arms. This man who is experienced in his field, who enjoyed his work, and whose earnings were commensurate with the type of work that he did, he's very much upset by the fact that he's unable to work and would very much like to return to his former job. At the moment is totally impossible. So again, another document that WorkSafeBC turns a blind eye to. I'm just going to look at my time because anything over 10 minutes seems to be a little bit tricky to upload. So if I have to do this in a few parts, please bear with me and just kind of follow the parts as they'll be labeled clear for you to follow. We're going to look at another letter from Dr. Van Setter, and it was a copy also sent to WorkSafeBC. Oh, pardon me, I've really got to work on getting this there anyways. I underlined some stuff, and I'm going to read what's kind of important there. I wish I had a better video camera. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry, pardon me. Okay, anyways, some osteopenia is seen following the cast immobilization. So that was from a Dr. McNeil in Campbell River that Lauren was forced to see because WorkSafeBC actually wouldn't pay for a doctor past 75 kilometers. So they actually restricted him from seeing Dr. Scruton, which I do believe is probably, not even one of their own policies. It states in one of their policies that if it's in reasonable means and so on and so forth that, the injured worker be entitled to go. I do believe one of the examples that they use even on their own site is that it shouldn't exceed something ridiculous like going from Prince George to Victoria or Vancouver. Lauren was just asking to go from Sayward to Cumberland. So you can see. I'm just at the 10-minute mark here. I think I might be able to push it to 11 with a little bit bigger file load, just so I can kind of keep it together. Oh, here we are. Another letter from Lauren's physician, Dr. Joan Scruton there, where she personally recommended Lauren go to the Victoria Pain Clinic instead of Orion. And I'm actually going to show you some documents later on that state that she even told workers' compensation that it would be against Lauren's it would be detrimental to Lauren's recovery if he did in fact go to the Orion Pain Clinic. So this patient needs to be followed by the Victoria Pain Clinic for rehabilitation for his chronic pain syndrome. Please refer to the WCB report submitted June 23rd. 2006. So I'm at 11 minutes here. What I'm going to do is just going to stop this, and you can follow part 2, and we'll keep going from there. So thank you very much.